we turn our attention back to pure seeing. And we let the miracles start to happen. And they will start to happen because the miracles have always been here trying to get in, but we've been keeping them out with our obsessive fixation on this me. I have been absolutely obsessed with my own ego and giving almost 0 minutes to God or to universal consciousness. That's what I saw this morning. What does it mean to give time to God? It means to turn our attention off of this me experience and back onto the background of awareness. If we slow things down and look really closely, we will see that we live inside a field of awareness. It's really not hard to perceive this. All we have to do is focus on something for a moment. Maybe we focus on our knee, we focus on something in our body that's not feeling good. Maybe it's an emotion, maybe it's a sensation. We focus on it for a moment, and then we make this slight shift in our attention to see that there is something watching us focus on it for a moment. If we're focusing on our knee, there is something that knows we're focusing on our knee. It's like behind our attention, behind this like turning our attention onto my knee, there is something that sees it happening. The crazy thing is, if we try to find this seeing that's behind us, that's watching what we do, it's watching our attention turn towards our knee or whatever. If we try to find that seeing, we can't find it. We can look towards it, but when we do that, we don't see anything. And the reason we can't find it is because it's not an object that can be seen. It's not a feeling that can be felt. It is not an image in our mind that we can become aware of. It is behind all of those things. That's our real lived experience. If we slow it down for a moment and we turn our attention and we become aware of what's really happening here. Another interesting thing about this background field of awareness is that it doesn't have a location. Our attention has a location. If we turn our attention towards our knee, there's something in our head that's like a searchlight, and it kind of goes and it turns toward our knee. But the awareness behind our attention, that's aware of our attention and our knee and everything else, that background awareness doesn't have a location. It's like it's everywhere and nowhere. And it's like that because it is. In the Bible, it says that God is in all things, in all places, in all times. In Hinduism and other Eastern philosophies, they take it even a step further. They say that God has become all things. God is all things and all times, and is also beyond all things and all times. So this background awareness doesn't have a location that we can find because it's everywhere, and it is actually everything. That's another little step. When we turn our attention to this background of awareness, we are bowing our heads to God. That's what I call getting our head wet. That's a true baptism. We are dipping our mind into God when we do that. But here's the catch. And of course there's a catch. If it was super easy, we would all be masters of non-duality at this point. There is a catch, and here it is. The catch is, if we turn our mind, our attention, towards an image of God an image of a background field of awareness, then that's not God. That's not the background field of awareness. That's actually us. That's us turning our minds, our attention towards an image in our minds of something else. When we do that, we're actually ignoring God, and we're back to worshiping ourselves. We're back to obsessing and fixating on our own ego. Because that's what the ego is. It's not just an image of a self that we identify with. The ego is also an image of other people that we project onto other people. The ego is even an image that we create of God, that we either believe in or we don't believe in. But the image of God that we either worship or we reject, that image is us. It's coming from us. It came from our own mind. It's our ego in the form of other rather than in the form of me. The image of God is not God. By the way, please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing, and share it with others. Thank you. I appreciate that. The true bowing to God, the true surrender to God, is to let go of all the images that we have of God. And we can do that by turning our attention towards that background that sees, to that background of awareness that can't be seen, but is pure seeing. It sees. And guys, our minds will absolutely struggle with this because our mind is a one-trick pony. It's like a gambling addict who only knows one card game, and that card game is objects. Our mind only knows objects, ideas, sensations, sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste, feelings, emotions, things that can be perceived. That's the only thing our minds deal in. That's their deck of cards. And this background of awareness is not an object. And so our mind will turn towards it and go, whoa, there's nothing here. I'm out of here. This is weird. There's nothing here. I don't like this. This is scary. Something weird is happening when I turn towards this non-object that is seeing me at all times. But if you want to know God, or if you want to know universal awareness, that's what we have to do. We turn our mind towards that background and we get our heads wet with it. That's the true inner baptism. If you want to surrender your sense of individuality to the universal, that's how we can do it. That's one of the ways to do it. We turn our attention back to pure seeing. And we just keep doing that over and over and over. And we let the miracles start to happen. And they will start to happen because the miracles have always been here trying to get in. But we've been keeping them out with our obsessive fixation on this me and all of its objects and images and accoutrements.